kind of easier here because it's so busy inside. We wouldn't be able to hear each other. So I thought, okay, let's step out into the beautiful Irish autumn.
Sure, it's beautiful today. Lots of people in and about.
I was trying to check the history of this. This seems to me now. I grew up around here, so I kind of always felt this has always been here. And I asked local historian Shay Clear, and he came up with the idea that it was probably 1637, and I think it was a strip joint or something like that. But
yeah.
I think that might have been a painter and decorators, maybe called a strip joint.
I think it's been since the 60s anyway. Definitely, there has been the Copper Kettle here. And then I think then we went to Vino Pasta, and then we took it over then in 2006. So, but it's always been food related here, as far as I know. And I think it had something to do with I think it used to serve food onto the trains years ago.
At the level that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah.
If you go to the back of here, you're straight onto the platform.
Isn't that fantastic? Wow.
But we're here now for 11 years, so.
But 11, it just seems to fly by because I mean, it must be old age, but I can never tell anymore. I have to literally just go on Google and check how long has this been going on. 11 years is fantastic.
We've been here 11 years, but
yeah.
You can see the town has changed so much even in the last 5 years.
Right, so we're all more attractive and dynamic.
But Greystones has changed so much over the last, say, 4 or 5 years. It's phenomenal. Look, there's the amount of tourists that come into the town.
Oh man!
Even like on the Saturdays and Sundays during the summer, it's like Grafton Street. You know what I mean? It's amazing.
Well, that cliff walk, we said it before, but it's like a Camino walk now. It's a kind of a pilgrimage coming across there all day long.
I think it was like 3,000 or 4,000 people coming over the head during the summer.
Yeah.
It's great for business. It's great for the town.
Well, we have become a destination for a day out, which used to be the case when you go way back and of the Grand Hotel days. People just come out to Greystones as a kind of a retreat.
Well, definitely they're out walking. They're walking from Bray to Greystones, but they never walk back though.
Hey, they try to stay. That's the problem. You have to be very careful who we let in now. But I know you're kind of your sort of family have been in this business. I think you were head chef at Joker's for a few years, I think. Or
they didn't promote me to that.
But it's been a family kind of. I don't know whether it's something that you would have kind of clicked into from your parents, or whether it was just always something you wanted to do.
I was a chef since I was 17. I actually worked here, a small stint here when I was a commis chef for Avril, and then we've always just worked in the catering business, myself and my brother, around Dublin and even around Greystones as well. So, and then we took the plunge then in 2006 and we bought it. We did the deal on a Sunday and we opened on the Tuesday.
Was that a long kind of decision? Because it's a big commitment. I mean, at that time you wouldn't have known that the town was going to do so well and you're going to have this great kind of boost.
Well, I think it was kind of the natural progression for us both. We're both sous chefs and head chefs in business, and it's something to, as a chef, you always want to own your own business and go on, so, and it's worked out well, and we've had our ups and downs like any business, but like we've hung in there, and we've seen other businesses come and go, and so it's it's a lot of competition in the town, but keeps you on your toes. It definitely does.
You have a huge amount of advantages beyond. We'll talk about it in a minute. Just the fact that the place looks beautiful, and you've got a full menu, and you've got your evening, you've got your bar and all that. But you're in a beautiful spot because
it's a great spot.
You've got the park,
we get the sun all day.
Nice.
When it's out. And it's just a footfall going past up and down.
Well, all the fashionistas going to St. Vincent de Paul, that great designer. That's a huge.
Walk down and come back with different style. But
and you're right by the train station, and this just seems to be, if you were kind of to choose, where would I like to be in this town? And you're right opposite the park, as I said.
It's hard to beat on a lovely sunny day, sitting here, drinking a glass of wine, watching the joggers go by, and saying to yourself, I should try that someday. But it is a wonderful spot, and even the way the park's improved over with the job the Tidy Towns have done. You can see the town there's more improvements, and like every shop unit is full in the town, even through the bad years of 2008 and 9.
It's great. It's never, I think the main street's like a smile on a town, and if there's a few teeth missing, it looks like Shane McGowan, but we've never had the Shane McGowan look. We've always had there's always been a good, healthy row of teeth. But so is Bray. I mean, sometimes they do live on, but.
No comments.
So this idea too that of as we've spoken about, it's got history. So that when you're in a position where you're going to obviously embrace, that old kind of, celebrate that old kind of history, but then also you know that embracing the new is important as well. You've kind of made some lovely changes. As I said, the place looks great, but more importantly, the changes to the menu and to the.
I think the thing we wanted to do is put our own stamp on things. You know, we were Vino Pasta, which was an institution, and we kept that going for a few years, and then we changed it to Vinos, and then we luckily took the flowers went, and we took that and turned it into a coffee shop, and that was the best thing we ever did, because people will never give up your coffee and their cake, and that just kept us going, you know. And then we decided to reinvest and turn it into Buoys Kitchen and put our own stamp on things, and it kind of was able to broaden then the menu and you can stick on a burger, you know, fish and chips, and keep the healthy options on still, you know.
You're
instead of just sticking to the Italian stuff, you know.
And you've got the full day, you know. A lot of places will do evenings or do mornings and afternoons, but you're the full day.
The breakfast and the lunch trade now is really good. That's it,
right.
You know, that's what's really open to those. Before people thought we were just a nighttime business, and now we're doing the day trade, and like, you know. It's Tuesday or it's a Thursday, I should say. And there's people still around, and it's, you know, it's.
You know, somebody's working hard when they. I don't know myself. I have to check again. What day is today exactly?
But like, there's people around during the day now. You know what I mean? There's, you have to remember, there's a lot of businesses in the town as well. People are there for lunch, and you know, so it's great. You know, so.
And even on a Tuesday or a Thursday or a Friday, you'll still have people who just come out to hang out because they like the idea they're going to get a quieter day, that they won't queue for 4 hours or.
Well, you can see the ebbs and flows in the town. You'd know throughout the weeks and through the months of the year what's coming up, what's happening, but the day trade seems to be solid all year round.
I think there are many draws to the fact that we're all very attractive. I think that must be a big part.
I keep on going on about that. I don't know.
Now that idea too, that you've introduced a full menu. I know you've always had a gin menu, but the bar menu is now kind of a.
Well, we've always had a full license, but I think the gin is only something that's really happened over the last year or 2 years, you know.
Right.
And it's phenomenal, especially the local gin producers, especially around in Wicklow and Wexford now. There's somebody up in Newtown making gin. We have a lot of craft beers that are local as well, from Kilcool. The old brothers there.
It's mainly mascara thinner gin, I think. Generally, people drink a few of them, and then before you know it, your mascara is thinning out.
It's great to see such local producers, you know. And same with the food as well, you know. We get our eggs from North Wicklow Eggs. We get most of our sausage and bacon from Fleming's. You know, we get stuff from the guys down in Delgany. Farley's, you know. So there's such great produce on our doorstep, you know.
I don't know exactly what the word artisan means, but the whole town seems to be somewhat artisan. Like even when you go down to Joe's Chipper, there's a kind of a sense that this is the real deal, as opposed to, you know, it's not a theme bar. It's not like some chain that just opened up in the town. There's a real sense that these are individuals who care deeply about what they put up on a plate or they serve up in a bar.
And there's great support from the locals. You know, I think they appreciate that. And you know, you're nowhere. You wouldn't be in business if you don't have the support for the locals, you know, and you have to have great staff and, you know, take care of the staff, you know. And we employ over 16, 17 people, and you're nothing without your staff, you know.
Sure.
So that's what makes the business, and it's the locals, and you know, the tourists coming in the summer. That's the cream, but
and I hear talk of 1 or 2 more houses being built around, so the population is going to even increase. I think we're about 18,000 at the moment. So I think when you think about it, there's you can always say there's going to be ebbs and flows about economies, but I think we've always been exceptionally lucky here in that we seem to exist in a fairly kind of unique spot where we're right in the middle of Wicklow, and at the same time we're connected to Dublin, and we seem to be accessible.
There's great facilities in the town as well. You know, like if you're a family moving into it, there's lots of schools, with sports clubs. And then you've got all the restaurants and cafes and bars as well. So you know, I
think it's mainly people are coming because of the Greystones guide, though. That's what people say to me. I know my mom says that all the time, so you know I had no reason not to believe her. So, but nicely done, kid. And we'll put all the links in. But I just want to show it is beautiful. And as I said, I was planning to do it inside, but I thought, okay, well, we're not going to be able to hear each other, and let's step out and be able to actually hear one of that's great. That's busy in all times of day, really.
Well, it is busy all times of day, and you know, that's the great thing about Greystones is that they have the constant. There's a bit of a buzz in the town, you know what I mean? And like, for somebody that is not from Greystones and they come in during the summer, and it was just the place was buzzing during the summer, you know. And there's always something going on in the park or something going on in the town, you know.
We're rocking. We're so many good things. I think we're talking about all pretense. I don't think we're that pretentious, and yet there's a great mix of people. I think there's a real sense of you can meet any kind of person here, and
well, that's it. There's some great characters in the town, and that's one of the things you look forward to coming into work is constantly meeting different people and the locals as well. You get to know their names, you get to know what their families do and where they've been, and you know.
Rock and roll. Well, as I said, we put all the links in, and I kind of feel like saying happy birthday. I don't know exactly a birthday, but I just feel like there's of late now, just with you guys, it seems to be this feeling of a celebration, or a sense of there's been quite a lot of achieved, and then we're in a nice, healthy place now, which is.
That's great. We've been here for 11 years, and probably be here for another 11 years.
Yay! I'll come back and we'll do another one then.